Created live on Fireside.
Welcome back to YNS Live with NFL Thread here live on Fireside, live from Ocean 44. So Please introduce yourself.
My name is Candice Price. Quick synopsis about me: from Ann Arbor, Michigan, went to USC, met my husband who went to UCLA. It's all love there because at the time my football team was better, but he reminds me that I didn't play football. I went on to run track for the USA team for about 12 years. My husband got drafted. I don't want to mess up his draft pick, so I'll just say he was drafted, played for the Bucks, Bears, and the Cowboys. And we're just here at Super Bowl eating good oysters and lots of shrimp.
And look how good we look together. I mean, even with the same like little
ruching. Is that what it's called? Ruching?
I guess I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. So okay. Are you modeling tomorrow?
I am.
Yes, I knew it. When you said the track and field thing, I was like, oh, I read this bio.
Oh, yeah.
Because oh my God. So I played field hockey and lacrosse in college.
Boom.
Yeah.
I wanted to do field hockey, but it was in the spring, so I never could bust heads.
Right.
But that's awesome.
See, it was fall where I am.
Okay.
So, but I'm on the East Coast.
Okay.
I love that. Right. So I couldn't do, and then I did lacrosse, so I did winter track.
Lacrosse, yeah,
I couldn't do spring track.
Right.
I'm so excited. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're wearing tomorrow?
Well, it's such a big reveal. It's going to be high-end couture from Dillard's. I told the ladies, I was like, I don't really care what I wear, so just give me what no one else wants. So they're like, well, there's some really good looks at Dillard's. I was like, oh, that's my price point. Let's do this.
Right.
It was really important for me. I'm a mom. I'm a track coach. I'm a busybody, so I wanted something that I could actually walk down, feel good about. So I will tell you I have silver cowboy boots, and that's all.
Nice. Okay, and now I want to know, what did you run?
I ran the 100-meter hurdles. So that's about the length of a football field with 10 hurdles.
Yeah, I have mad love for you because I did not do hurdles. A little bit, but I was a sprinter, so I did the 55 and the 100. Yeah,
got some wheels. Okay,
I did, and I wasn't interested. So I always had not the regular uniform. I was always in the big pants, and people were like, "Okay, she's not going to be fast," and then I'd blow people away.
Oh no!
And they'd be like, "Holy crap! Why don't you get the real outfit?"
So there's and I say this. There's this girl named Abby Snyder, a beige young lady. She's dominating the sprints from Kentucky.
Wow.
So you have to look her up. She was a soccer player turned track, I think concussions or something, and now she's one of the most sought after young women in track and field.
I definitely have to look at
Snyder.
that. Wonderful. Now, okay, so when you had kids, are your kids, did they get speed?
One is insane speed. Yeah, they got some speed. They're faster than the average bear, I would say.
Yeah. My 3 as well.
They clean their rooms like they're not fast.
No. And how old?
I got a 10, 5, and a 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I have 17, 15, 13.
Oh, yeah. So I coach high school girls. So I get a little bit.
I'm in teenage world.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
Oh man.
Oh my God. So how did you get involved in the coaching?
So honestly, I had an incredible coach my high school career who sent women to, everywhere from Columbia to Texas to USC. And I was just forever grateful. Went on to college, had my professional coach. He was amazing. And then as I started transitioning back into my own community, my high school coach passed away. And he ran this track club for over 70 years. And his wife were like, can you fill in? I'm like, I've never coached anybody.
Right.
I was still training for the Olympics, very selfish athlete mindset. And then I was like, wait, I went to USC for free. I traveled the world, and all because of somebody gave me track spikes out of a lost and found. How dare you?
Oh, amazing.
So I was like, this is my opportunity to pay it forward. I run a free, and I say free meaning you show up and you come on time, I train you. I don't charge for my services, and people are like, you're insane. I'm like, I'm paying what could never be repaid for me forward. So I've sent a few girls. My first girl that I ever sent to college, she went to Ohio State. She just graduated this May, and she's debt-free. I sent a girl to Vanderbilt this year, and one's on their way to Howard. So.
Oh, my God. I could totally, so
amazing. I'm grateful that I have a gift, and the parents, and I'll be honest, the parents and the kids that trust me, they get it all. The ones that don't, I say, you got to kick rocks. I'm not for you.
Right. That's amazing. Where can people find you?
Ann Arbor, Michigan. Catch Candice is my Instagram. I actually cover local sports. Keeping it candid with Candice is going to become my thing. I've been working to try and reinvent what it looks like to interview an athlete as an athlete. I get a bit frustrated when I see male or female the interviews just ask dumb questions.
Right.
How do you think he felt? He's tired. Duh. Right. So making sure that I can create that connection with the athlete and just have that perspective that I uniquely work so hard to get. So.
I love that. I love your story. I think it's, and again, stories
connect. You keep talking about me.
Yeah, and look, we're so cute with our matches. But seriously, your story, and this is what's so important, the connection. Like
Absolutely.
the fact that you just said you had you were training and you had that kind of selfish mindset. We all can understand that.
Yes.
But then, so was it like a slow grad of like, I need to stop and do it, or was it like over time you thought about it?
It took time. I was like in between. I was a mom. I was coming back off my Olympics. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to breastfeed, and you want me to coach you? Like, come on.
That's hard. Yeah.
But then seeing how much more I was stretching myself, I was getting so much more in return. Practices were easier. People in the community would help watch my kids. I was training in Michigan, which was no sun, but a local college was like, well, if you volunteer. So things were starting to fall as I stretched myself more. And then my daughter, I had her, and I was like, you know what? I don't want you to feel like I didn't go back to training because of you. And that was very, very important to me.
You're right.
So just making sure, just like any woman that decides to go back to work and have their career, you want to be that stay-at-home mom, but it's like, you're going to be 16 one day. I want you to be like, hey, look at mom.
Right.
So that was kind of the force behind that.
I love that. Oh my God, I love your story. We need to talk more because I love what you're doing. And I just, we do so many different, I have 4 different shows. Oh. So I wanted to,
slide me in, whatever time zone you need.
No, right. No, but it's so important what you're doing. And I love that you were honest and real about like, no, it didn't fit in, but people can see that.
Absolutely.
All those different things. It wasn't that you just had a selfish mindset. You also had other things in your life that you were like, well, how am I going to fit this in? I'm trying to figure out.
I'll be honest, there's no playbook, and no pun intended. There is none. I just was given a lot of faith to God and my community and trusting, like, look, I went to a $90,000 school for free. I'm not out here going to pretend. The kids I was going to school, their parents were writing checks. I was like, who's got that kind of money?
Right.
So I'm just like, if you can go to college for free, you can go work at Whole Foods and be content. You can go to South Africa, give malaria shots, and you're not going to be on my taxes. You're going to be one more contributing member to society I ain't got to worry about.
Right.
So the idea of really taking these young women and making them better than I was, and I was great, I'm like, I don't got to worry about society. So I'm just really grateful I've been given the gifts and then an opportunity like this to have a conversation.
No, I love it. And I love it. And guys, tune in tomorrow so you can see what Candice is wearing.
Yes. I hope
we know
they're
that
playing Beyonce. If they play Beyonce, I'm going to rip the runway. But anything,
you got, oh my God. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
So good. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Welcome back to YNS Live with NFL Thread. Here live on Fireside, live from Ocean 44. I want to thank our sponsors, Shutterstock. You call the shots, the Shutterstock Live assignments, UBS, Angela Brown, Legacy Builder Group, and also Off the Field for always supporting us. And Zoe Hoop, who is in the back with the pop-up shop for jewelry. Guys, definitely check her out. So I have to have you introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Hagar Peerman. So I'm a former NFL wife. My husband played for the Cincinnati Bengals for 9 years.
And you're going to be a model tomorrow as well. Yes, I saw that name and I was like, yes. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I'm so excited to be here. We just had baby number 5. So
you did.
Just a couple of weeks ago. So just coming out is just so special just to be with all these women.
A couple weeks ago. I mean, I know it's your 5th, so you're like, whatever, but still.
No, it's just amazing to be behind the scenes, getting to know the women and their hearts. You just get to see a whole different side of the NFL.
Right, I love it. And what you guys can't see, she's got beautiful pink pants on with that pink lipstick and that necklace. Oh my gosh. And I can't wait. Can we know a little bit about what you're wearing in the fashion show tomorrow?
Yes, it's Michael Kors. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Michael Kors and some sparkle in there, and let's just hope I stay on my feet.
Right. Right. Oh my God. So I grew up. I'm one of 5. So I love that big family.
Good, and you're loved, and yes, that's good. I think as you have more kids, you just think, can I love each of them and give each of them enough attention? But you learn that your love is equal for all of them. So
yes, it's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so there's a lot. So first and foremost, I'm a wife. So my husband, even though he's retired for a few years, my job's to stand by his side and encourage and uplift him. So he's doing just that for me. So I am a resident physician at UNC, so at the University of North Carolina. So doing that with 5 kids, working 80 hours a week, we need a team effort to sustain through. So it took a lot of discipline for me to get to where I am. I swam growing up, so I was a swimmer in college. I was a swimmer professionally. So you see how seeds were planted through your life, and you figure out, I think, as you grow up, just how those things made you who you are today.
Right. So, oh my gosh, I love. What stroke?
Sprint free. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that was 15 years ago.
Right. No, I mean, so you were asking. So I played field hockey and lacrosse in college. Yeah, loved.
Yes. Oh, I can tell. You still look like that.
Oh, thanks. Well, my kids are old now. I mean, 17, 15, and 13. So, yeah, but you know, it's always, and when you have that background of athletics, it really gives you a discipline.
I agree.
So tell us a little bit about that. As you're raising your family, have your career, what that kind of you bring from when you were training, because you were training. I mean, you said you played, you were swam in college and then professionally.
Yes, I mean, my training, it got up to almost 8 hours a day. So you have to balance that with balancing your schoolwork, and then you kind of see how that prepares you for motherhood, because your job's to just tackle and take on so many tasks at the same time. And being a resident physician, we're kind of the backbone of the hospital system right now. So we're kind of holding up our healthcare system in a sense. So we're working almost 80 hours a week.
Right.
So to pull those kinds of hours and then still be responsible for the home and making sure that the kids have what they need, and also to encourage your husband at that point. So I would say, if anything, it taught me how to multitask and how to execute each of those things well. So my husband always says he had a coach say, you don't get any medals for trying, but you do get some for executing things out. So we both bring in that athletic mentality of just making sure that every test that we do, that we execute it and we give it our best effort.
That's amazing. So what made you want to go into the medical world and be a doctor?
Oh, that seed was planted when I was little. I think you just grow up with a heart just to help other people. You don't really know how that fits in kind of with different specialties. But just going through college, you know that you want to be in medicine in some way. I wanted to be that person that if someone got hurt on the football field, I wanted to be the person that ran it. And I had no idea what they were.
Right.
So now that I'm in my training and have gone through God knows how many years of college, you learn a little bit more about that, and that dream kind of gets fueled a little bit more.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So where can people follow you on social media? Do you have social media? Yeah.
Yes, please see me. I think my goal is just to empower and encourage women, especially diversity, and especially in medicine. So find me at Hagar Peerman. Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep,
Yeah, because what you're doing is, and this is the thing, so many people think, like someone might be listening to your story and be like, 5 kids, swimmer, like, okay, high achiever, right? But we all need to think about what you did say is, there was a time in our lives that they would say women can do it all. And I think women can do it all, but not all at once.
Agreed.
There's all different times that we can do it all. And that pressure, kind of when it takes it down a little bit, it's like, no, but I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I might not do it all at that same time, but kind of growing as a woman, as a mother, as a professional. So tell us a little bit about that, what your thoughts are.
I agree. I think in college you think that I can take on the world. I can take on everything. But I think as you age and as you have kids, you learn that something is going to sacrifice. And right now it's my time with the kids, and that's not my hope. That's not my goal for myself. So I think after I'm done with my training, I'm going to try to put that time back with the kids. So it's just a balance. You go through different seasons. My friend says this is just a season of grace for us. So grace with ourselves, grace with each other, grace with the kids. It's just understanding that when we can't meet where we're needed, that God is going to help us kind of extend us through and pull us through. So our faith has been a backbone for us, and that's what sustains us through. So it's knowing where you end and where He takes over.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. I cannot. Guys, you got to tune in tomorrow to see what you're wearing. Oh my God, I'm excited.
Thank you. It is so nice.
And we'll see you hopefully on the red carpet as well.
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you for joining.
Amazing.
Welcome back to YNS Live with NFL Thread. Yeah, you can sit.
Okay.
I'm going to have you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ebone Granger. I am a business coach with Granger Financial, a company my husband and I own together.
Now, are you modeling tomorrow as well?
I am not modeling tomorrow.
Oh.
I am actually supporting my girlfriend, Ramonda.
Oh, wow, wonderful. Okay, I read about you. It could be something. I thought I read your name, but I read a bio about you somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so nice. You're here supporting.
I'm here to
Ramonda.
support her. I'm going to help. I'm going to volunteer tomorrow. She's been trying to get me out to this event. I said I will come and support you in any way.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So how did you and your husband start your own business?
So it's ironic. My background is in psychology and counseling. I have a master's in psychology and counseling. And for years, I was doing work in that field. My husband worked with one of the Fortune 50 insurance companies. And he was like, listen, we're going to do our own thing. And nobody's going to do this better than we're going to do it together. And I grew up watching my family. I have an uncle that has like 10 McDonald's franchises.
Okay.
And he and my aunt just like created this amazing legacy together.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I'm down for that. I'm a little overworked and underpaid. Let's do it.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't think about that. That's why I always think it's like being curious, asking questions, kind of dreaming about like what you want your life to work and how you want it to be.
Yep.
The fact that you saw, your aunt and uncle do that is really cool. That you're like, I
have a model. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So how many years ago did you start that?
So we started our business in 2019, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
It was insane, but it's been amazing. We've been in the field for over 15 years, but branched out on our own in 2019.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's about the timing, right?
Timing is everything.
Right. It probably was timing. It gave you things to do, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but things to do. But then also the pandemic gave us a little time to step back and be like, well, wait a second. What do I want to change? How do I want to do things different? Do I want to do that?
And how do I want to do it? And the amazing thing about the pandemic, unfortunately, is that everybody was watching.
Right.
So you had the opportunity to be in front of the world. And that was it. And we just were like, let's do it.
That's amazing. So where can people find you?
So we are actually outside of DC in Northern Virginia. Granger Financial is our website, or Instagram at Granger Financial. Jeff Granger, he's our CEO. I'm the COO. And together, I always say, I do people, he does numbers, and together you get a great team.
That's all. I love that tagline. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for joining YNS Live. And thank you for being here with Ramonda and supporting.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Take care. Welcome back to YNS Live with NFL Thread. Live at Ocean 44 here, live on Fireside. So excited for our next guest, Camille. How are you? And I see Camille's keys. I want to know all about that.
Camille's keys.
So introduce yourself and then we'll get into it.
Absolutely. My name is Camille Jenkins. I'm the wife of Marte Jenkins, former wide receiver for the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals. And I own a company called Camille's Keys. We are a consulting firm for companies looking to improve their customer experience. So my last 30 years has been in construction and real estate. I was national vice president for Meritage Homes, the 5th largest home builder, and I oversaw just about anything that had to do with the customer. So I kind of broke out in my own business about 18 months ago, and I consult for real estate, healthcare, and hospitality.
Wonderful.
If they want to improve their customer experience.
Now, what made you decide to go out on your own?
Stress, the pandemic. During the pandemic, obviously people were very concerned about lots of things, but also if they were in the process of buying, selling, or had just recently purchased a home, hey, nobody's coming out here to work in my home because we didn't want to be around other people, right? So I was dealing with a lot of life coaching, as I would say it, and it just kind of burned me out. And I realized that I had the opportunity to help lots of other businesses overcome that.
So for anyone that's listening, that's like, I kind of want to do the entrepreneur thing, but I don't know. What would you say to them? Like, what was the first step that you took?
The first step was preparing. Like the 3 years prior to that, I was getting my finances in order, making sure that my husband's career was up and running, because as with all NFL players, he had his pivot. And so I had to stay stable during his pivot to make sure that we could be in a position, if I wanted to change, I could. And then doing a lot of soul searching, homework, reaching out to others that had done it. It is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
You're basically hustling for a paycheck every day, but I'm enjoying the change.
That's amazing, amazing. Well, where can people find you?
www.camilleskeys.com. That's my website, and that's the best place to find me.
Well, thank you so much for joining. And
Thank you.
As everyone knows, this is just a short form. We might have to dive in a little bit more into your story. So after this event, we get some of the people that are on here. Get a little bit more deep, because I have so many questions, but I know we have a lot of people that are waiting.
Because the pivot is real, and I actually got with my husband at the end of his career. So the pivot was my initial experience.
Oh, wow.
And I spent a lot of time in that pivot with him. So I would love to do that at another time.
Well, thank you so much for joining YNS Live with NFL Thread. Thank you, sir, to you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.